don't need no man.
Hey there, good man fam, and welcome new viewers to another episode of the Female Guessing Game. Now, the way this game works is that I'll review a video that has a single female in it or multiple females in it. But here's the catch. When it's a single female, I'll be asking you if she's a traditional woman, or modern female. However, when it's multiple females in the video, you won't know about which female I'm asking you until the end of the video. So, you have to stay to the end of the video to see about which female I'm asking you is a traditional woman, or modern female. Ready? Let's get it.
Quick, do you guys think body counts matter?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think it should matter, but it definitely does.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say yes, it does.
Okay. I like your answer because you don't think it matters, but at least you acknowledge that
Oh, yeah, it definitely
it does. And
Yeah.
would you say maybe women don't care about it so much, but men do? Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the most
Like,
part.
Women
body
are-
count shouldn't. Oh,
I was just gonna say women typically seem to be more accepting of a guy with a high body count, but they don't seem to understand that a lot of guys, the inverse is the opposite. Like,
Yeah.
you know, typically when we find out a girl has a higher body count, we're kind of like, oh.
Why is
It's
that?
just the way the world
Repulsed.
is.
It's just kind of like an instinctual male thing. Just kind of like how you wouldn't date a 5'3" dude that worked at McDonald's ever, right? Because you know you're successful, you're Miss PwC. It's the same thing for us. Just like something about it in our like DNA. We're like we and don't take this the wrong way, but I'm just gonna be very genuine
Please
from
do.
a male's perspective. We are like low key repulsed by it. Like it's like a very
I just said that. That's exactly what it is. But the crazy thing is, they said, I don't think it should. But then agreed that men say it matters, and they really say it doesn't. So if they say it doesn't, but they agree that men say that it matters, then why would they say, I don't think it should? Seeing as though they want to get with men. This has always perplexed most people. But it's a very simple explanation for that. It's because they want the right to be able to do whatever it is that they want to do because they've been told that they've been oppressed for all of these decades, centuries, whatever. So now they're like, oh, we're free. And anything that looks like it suppresses their freedom, they're going to instantly be like, nope, that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't this. Until the repercussions of that so-called freedom come back to bite them. Then they're going to say, you shouldn't have a problem with all the things that they did so that they don't have to deal with the repercussions. This is why they're trying to preempt it by saying, oh, I don't think it should matter. Females will say this even when they don't have a high body count. They'll say, well, I don't think it should, because in their mind, they want to reserve the right to be able to get ran through.
I don't need no man.
high number. And I think women kind of instinctually know because they never really tell the honest number to anybody.
I feel like people assume the number of people just like that somebody's been with based on how attractive they find them
Agreed.
too. Like they
That too.
assume. I've seen that a lot in like
or the way they dress, the way they carry themselves.
the
Like, I'm
people
sure-
assume a lot
yeah.
about numbers, and if
So you're-
somebody is telling the truth and they think it's too low for how attractive they are, they'll be like, cap.
Yep.
That's bull crap. That's bull crap, because what she's doing is she's conflating two things. She's missing that it's not about how pretty they are. It's that females who are pretty usually are the ones who act a certain way because they can get whatever it is that they want to get. So their actions make men think certain things about them. And I believe most of the time that it's true. Because pretty females have the worst attitudes 99% of the time. Because they don't have to have a nice attitude, because men instinctually want to do things for pretty females. I fought with that myself. And I'm a guy who gets females, has rosters, that whole nine. And even I fought with that because I see a chick, she be bad as all get. I'm like, good Lord, I can't stop staring at her. It's just a male thing. Even though I get pretty chicks, it's just something built in us because of that whole facial symmetry, the feminazi scale. But men don't think that she's promiscuous just because she's pretty. Men think she's promiscuous because when they're pretty, they're usually what? Hanging all over guys at the bar, doing all these different things because they want to get free stuff. So they use that to their advantage, but it makes them look like what? Like they're for the streets.
Even if it's true.
So you're saying more attractive women have higher body counts? Because
I feel like men assume that.
I kind of assume the opposite.
Really?
I think average women have higher body counts than do very
That's
beautiful women.
I think so too, because some of them kind of like overcompensate. Because you ever like, like you seen that one girl who just got in trouble for having sex with all the cops?
I didn't see that. No.
There's some white girl that like, she was getting like, she had a husband. She was getting like ran on like by 5 different dudes. Look at your face just lit up.
Think about how crazy that is. This is about what I'm. You see her over here in the blue? When he said her face lit up, what he meant by that, and you could see afterwards, she got excited about that. And you're probably like, about what? What part of it? When he said she got ran through by 5 guys, she's smiling, and all of them are laughing like it's okay. Now, again, it's a podcast, so it's a joke or whatever. So some of them might be laughing simply because of that. But this one on the right, I mean, it seems like she's having daydreams right now in real time about 5 guys on her. Good grief, man.
I don't need no man.
Are you ready to do an OnlyFans scene? But
I'm just kidding.
Of course.
But yeah, she looks like hell average.
Mid.
And I feel like, they're just like trying to overcompensate to an extent.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a deeper insecurity for sure.
A lot of
That too.
A lot of women too, not all women, but a lot of women too, when they see a man or they know a man has a higher body count, that puts them at a higher level of.
That is.
They put them higher up on the pedestal, and too, naturally, like if you think of a lion, they will mate with all the females. But psychologically nowadays, it's just a little rough on the females.
Yeah.
Exactamundo. Females like guys who get other females. But did you notice the caveat at the beginning? See, this is what females do when they're trying to say something that they know is something the sisterhood is not going to like. They have to put in a caveat to say, in essence, please don't hurt me. Please don't come after me. So what does she say? Well, not all women. Well, how we are here in the Good Man Fam, it's not women, period. It's modern females who are like that. So it's just, man, the sisterhood is so powerful. Just those eyes on her while she's talking. She's like, ooh, they're looking at me. I have to say this because I want to get this across to them, but I need to make sure that I let them know I'm on their side by saying, it's not all of y'all. So I'm not necessarily speaking about you all. Ooh, no wonder we're in the situation in which we currently are dating wise. Good grief.
Agreed, yeah.
What's rough on the females?
The ideology of not being able to have a high body count.
It's rough on women?
Yeah, because some women have more of a masculine mentality and don't care, and the fact that people bash on them for this, their own moral mindset, it sucks for them because they're like, this is how I feel about me, and you're f***ing on me because of it.
I agree with that, actually. 'Cause I feel like a lot of my mindset has come from being screwed over by men, and I've read a lot of books about that.
Yeah.
And I feel like all the people bashing me, I'm like, this is the way that a lot of men are, and I just don't give a I honestly just don't.
But you're not a man. Why is it that you all are constantly talking about how men ain't S? You all are constantly talking about that. Men ain't this, men ain't that. Yet simultaneously, you keep trying to do everything that men do. How does that make sense? If you think a person is a horrific person, why would you be trying to emulate them? That makes no sense. If I think Jordan's a horrible human, but I want to have his skills as a basketball player, cool. But you're saying men are horrible because they do these things when it comes to sleeping with different females in the whole nine. And then you go and do it yourself. How does that make any sense? Oh, right. It doesn't have to. Because they live in a world of delusion where they can do anything they want and everything is justified.
I don't care. I'm not out there looking for someone. Like, if I want to go the dude down the street, I can go the dude down the street. And you can say whatever you want about at the end of the day, but like, like they would do it too. Like, you know what I mean? It's just double standards.
It is. I think the guys that are saying that, you know, the body count matters, it matters to them.
Yes.
You know, because I think ideally, you know, I don't think any girl's gonna like describe her ideal man like he's 5'5", you know, ideally, right? And it's the same thing for guys. Like ideally, we don't want a girl that has, you know, been around like that.
What's a high count?
That's understandable.
What's a high body count?
Depends on her age,
That's
but
a good question.
That's a good answer.
Oh,
That's a
yours-
good answer if you do the math, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
It's very simple. Men have kind of done a universal thing now that they've been speaking to each other across the planet. And men kind of generally say, if you have double-digit body counts, 10 or more, you're for the streets. It doesn't matter what age you are, the whole nine. You had double-digit body counts, you're for the streets. Because you've allowed 10 men inside you. This guy did a video the other day, and it was like a perfect representation. He said, I'm holding a cup of water. This cup of water can be washed off on the outside, no matter how many people touch it. He said, but if I take my fingers and I dip my fingers in this water multiple times, I have to pour the water out. That's the difference between males and females. When males go inside of a female, it's the outside of the cup that has to be clean. Whereas when females are entered, it's the water inside of the cup that can't be cleaned, in the sense of you can't remove the manhoods that have been inside of you. So when you keep adding them up, you eventually become for the streets. And that's kind of universally double digits or more now. Some people more, some people less, but guys generally double digits.
Mid-20s.
What do you think?
High body count
versus low is?
I mean, for me to, I don't like. You could do whatever you want, but for me to take you,
I like that
serious,
shielded answer you got.
Over 10 for me.
There you go.
Like, you just like, what are you doing? Like, you know, you just.
No matter the age? 18 versus 25 versus 35?
She said
Versus
18,
50.
35. What did you say?
25, 35?
I'm not dating women in their 30s.
Okay.
So.
But back then.
We're back.
Let me see.
Not calling you old.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, if anything, like, once you hit 20, and it's just kind of like, okay, like, you know, 18, you turn age of consent, right? And then so, even if you do 20 in like 7 years, like, it's a lot of people.
20 in 7 years?
Like from 18 to 25.
Dating
It's like
30.
Huh?
What's your
Did he just say 20 in 7 years? He's talking about 20 bodies? We just said anything over 10. So when you hit 20, that's double 10. So why is MLD being like, that's something when you hit 20? Yo, you should be like, you out of freaking control. Because it was over 10. You can't then say over 20 like it's the same thing. No, brother. It's a 100% increase. That's crazy.
I don't need no man.
What's your cap for age?
Age?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. We're just interviewing you now.
Yeah, like 28 now.
Okay.
28.
Okay.
Up to how?
well, in addition to body
Yo,
count,
that's the oldest, 28.
Oh.
in addition to body count, men also care about age.
Yeah,
Men prefer younger women.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've noticed that's another
Yeah.
weird thing that just
That's not-
is the way the world works. You
It's
know?
not weird.
It's weird because you.
I mean, it's not explainable necessarily, or at least
Well,
I can't.
I can
you?
articulate.
Well, it's there we go again. Anything that's male related is weird to them. Is it weird because of the thing itself? No, it's weird because they've not heard it. So they haven't had to process it because they don't listen when men talk. So what happens? They get told this and they say, that's weird. No, it's not weird. It's just different from what the sisterhood has told you. Dating younger? Come on, Brian. You better not mess this up because Brian, come on. We all know. Brian is the worst at this whole debating thing. Like periodically he'll get in his bag, but he drives me crazy. I'm going nuts when he's talking with these females because I'm like, why don't you just say this? He just goes all around the bush and just be stuttering on stuff which he shouldn't even be stuttering. It just drives me freaking nuts, man. Let's go, Brian. Don't mess this up.
Yeah,
why men care about it.
definitely.
Well, the chief one is Evo Psych, and for biological reasons,
Yeah,
it comes
that
down
makes
to
sense.
fertility.
Yeah.
Young women are more fertile. A man who's 40 doesn't want to date a woman who's 40 because the chance
Yeah.
that she's going to be able to conceive and bring the pregnancy to term and have a healthy baby, the
Makes
chance
sense.
of birth defects starts increasing dramatically after 35. The chance of miscarriage after 35 is quite high.
Do you think
So-
it's? Oh, sorry to interrupt.
Go
you.
ahead.
Do you think it's interesting, or what are your thoughts? I guess I'm curious on the difference between like when an older woman dates a lot younger guy versus like.
I
the
think they're
reverse.
both totally fine.
Hold on. Before we get into this, Brian actually was cooking. He was cooking. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Hitting it with it. Boom. Yo, psychology. I think he said Evo psychology. Is that what he said? So, yeah, Evo psych. Yeah. So, man, okay, Brian, I see you. Yeah, just knock that out the park to the point to where she switched the question. Moved the field of battle to a battlefield in which she thinks she can win. Didn't I tell you all that? Oh, he beat them to freak up on this battlefield and she instantly moved it because she couldn't defend against it. Bravo, Brian. Bravo.
I have no issue with it.
I was just curious.
I think generally speaking, though, men are more often shamed if a guy who's 30 is
I
dating
agree.
a 20-year-old. A lot of women want to claim that that's somehow like predatory, or even we've had women come on the show and claim it's P word.
Yeah.
For wanting, like,
some
that's
girl told me I
ridiculous.
was.
Yeah, that is
Some girl called me
ridiculous.
old, and I was like, I'm 37. I'm like, I'm
That's
fucking not
not
old.
old.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not old. I
That's
definitely
like
do not
prime
look
for
old
men.
either.
12 and a half.
No.
You're old.
No.
But I think it's totally fine. I mean, we have a word for women dating younger men. It's cougars, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of women that date younger men that I have a list somewhere of examples, but it's really not necessary to provide. But they don't that doesn't typically get much attention. But when you hear a lot of this stuff with Leonardo,
I was gonna say
yeah,
his name. Yeah.
Oh, Leo.
Poor
even,
Leo.
Even Japan.
Justice
they
for
pulled
Leo.
they pulled the
chart,
The chart
the
up on Japanese
infographic.
TV.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
funny.
Here's the thing. When females date younger guys, they're dating younger guys because they can't get guys their age. But what they try to do is they try to flip it around and say, oh, no. The reason that we're dating younger guys is because the guys our age, they can no longer pull the wool over our eyes because we're more seasoned, we're more educated, this and that. That's funny because 99% of the young guys with whom you all end up getting banged, smashed, and then they dash. So did they run game on you? Because if they did, wouldn't that defeat the whole argument of older guys can't get anything over on you?
Poor Leo.
yeah.
Very Asian of them.
Do you guys have an issue with that? Like with men having a preference for younger women?
No.
As long as you're not like 50 looking for 18-year-olds, like, that's sketchy.
Hold the freak up. Nuh-uh. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. This is one thing that I can't stand that females do. Females always want to reserve the right to say they're strong, quote unquote, women, while simultaneously reserving the right to say, oh, I'm just a child. They want to be able to say both depending on what's happening in the actual argument. So she says, oh, if you're 50 and you're dating an 18-year-old, that's sketchy. But that's funny because they'll also say, I'm 18, I'm grown. You can't tell me what to do. What, are you grown or are you a child? Because that's what you mean when you say sketchy. Don't try to use these different words. Keep it 100. That's what you mean.
I would say that that's very weird.
What about 50 going for 25?
No, I don't think that that's weird.
Oh, okay.
No.
I think if the girl's cool with
I
it,
love that,
then
yeah.
if that's what she wants too, then why not? You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
I
But
think
if
you
you're,
can
like,
also
Exactly.
be predatory with it and then
Yeah.
not predatory with it.
Yeah.
Why is it always males are somehow predatory? Why do they always take everything that males do and say it's something negative? Why do they do that? Oh, right. Because they want to be able to reserve the right to shame you so that you can't do what you want to do. See, when they shame you, it usually puts you into a box. But here's where they run into a major problem. Because they've shamed people and put them in boxes for so many decades, and males finally figured out through them being idiots, not the males, the females, and telling males everything on TikTok as though males weren't digital flies on the wall. I've talked about this before. They don't even realize that now they're not even worth the hassle. So you sit up here talking about somebody's being predatory. It's going to be something negative again for males? Nah. What it is males see you. So males want females who haven't been ran through and who haven't been destroyed like a lot of these females. So you want them to be able to have to be pushed back by your words so that they get with you and not them. That's the bull crap that you all try to pull when you say predatory. Stop it.
It's very, like, again, it depends on
Intention.
situations.
Women
Yeah,
are
it's
women
all
can
about
be pretty
intention.
predatory
Oh,
too,
for
man.
sure.
No, definitely.
I agree.
Yeah.
No, my friend's
agree.
mom, she was like, she was making moves on me in
I've
high school.
seen it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
think
Like,
back on it and I'm
uncomfortable.
like,
It's
oh my
uncomfortable.
god.
No, I was 18, she was 38, and she
Definitely.
she shot her shot.
I bet.
Women can definitely be like, that's for sure, yeah.
Now, remember, this is the female guessing game. So out of all of these females you've seen, about which one do you think I'm about to ask you all? Drum roll, please. So, tell me, is she a traditional woman, modern woman, or modern female? Put it in the comment section and tell me why you think so. And then grab yourself some merch on the way out in order to support the channel. And of course, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Thanks, good man fam.